In this last video, digging into the AAuth or AgentAuth exploratory spec, we're going to take a look at how we can use a gateway to apply policy to agent identity and access management, as well as implementing observability, rate limiting, central governance around this protocol. Now, I want to point out this is exploratory. The implementation that I have here with Agent Gateway is meant to just prove out this protocol. Agent Gateway itself is an open source project that can be used for MCP security and LLM gateway style, proxying to public LLMs and enforcing policy, rate limiting, guardrailing, that kind of stuff. I highly recommend you take a look at this. It's written in Rust, extremely performant, conformant to the latest A and MCP specs, as well as can proxy 100 different types of LLMs. So in our architecture, what we're going to see is the agent calling into other agents through Agent Gateway. Agent Gateway can facilitate policy enforcement. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Agent Gateway policy. So here is a configuration. Whenever a client or an agent calls the supply chain agent, we can first of all implement AAuth, right? And we can specify the type of scheme for agent identity that we want. Then we can apply rules to what sort of traffic is allowed to be calling into the supply chain agent. So we can say things like certain agent identities, because Agent Gateway we can verify the AAuth messages and extract agent identities. We can say things like that, checking for certain scopes. We can check for groups and entitlements and other capability or other claims on the tokens. We can call out to external authorization engines, right? So AAuth can perform fairly sophisticated rich authorization checks, but then on the wire at call time, we can also call out to something like an open policy agent or an open FGA to do additional context-based and runtime checks. So in the previous demos, we saw calls coming through. Let's go here through the demo. Let's go ahead and just remind you. We have the backend, which calls supply chain, which calls market analysis, and now if we have Agent Gateway in the path here, we can get access logging, rich telemetry, tie it in with OpenOtel, things like rate limiting, things like authorization access policy, like I was just digging into, and secure your MCP servers. So I highly recommend you come to take a look at this demo, digging into the AAuth spec. It is still early for the spec, and the author, Dick Hart, who correctly points to it as an exploratory spec, really is focusing on the various patterns that like progressive authentication, things like agent identity, eliminating bearer tokens, things like delegated identity, eliminating implicit resource trust, token exchange across multiple identity providers. So a number of these patterns which are proving to be necessary for agent identity and access management. It's exploratory, but like I said, it's trying to kind of touch on these established patterns, bring together identity and authorization into a single spec. So take a look at that. feel free to take a look at digging into these flows in detail. And I've implemented this in a number of different programming languages for Keycloak and Agent Gateway in these demos. So you can get hands-on with it, touch it, feel it, see what it looks like, and then go from there. So thanks for watching.